Hey there Pisces, great to have your company again on this last month, December 2020. For those of you that have been following the brief monthly forecasts I do, welcome. And welcome to those of you who are new. Even though it's late in the year, we're going to have a whole new sequence of forecasts in 2021. Can you believe we're at the tail end of this shocking year? I was about to say shitty year, but I'm not supposed to swear on camera. I know you'll forgive me and you'll all say it in unison with me. Aren't we glad to get rid of the... Anyhow, this is important this month. I'll tell you why. You've got a solar eclipse taking place in the 10th house, the upper part of your horoscope. This is career. This is reputation. This is elevation of rank and status. A very, very important month indeed when the eclipse takes place. The sun for you, which is part of this solar eclipse, rules your 6th house. 6th house is not a friendly house to you. It is a house of loss, debt, disease, and open enemies. So the great news is that the eclipse of that planet ruling those things in your life actually cuts them off, weakens them, and gives you the opportunity to elevate yourself in your work. Don't get lazy at Christmas. I think the extra work you put into the job, going that extra mile, is really going to hold you in good stead leading into 2021. I believe that the karma of your life is converging on a couple of areas. That eclipse is important. On the 2nd, the marital and partnership planet Mercury makes its way into that same area. And then on the 16th, the day after that eclipse, the other negative planet for you, which is Venus, transits into that area as well. So I think the convergence of these 4 planets, the South Node, your past karma point, the Moon, it's 5, the Sun, Mercury and Venus, 5 planets converging on that area of your horoscope, means that there's a great deal of focus there, a tremendous release of energy. And as I've said to some of the other signs, if you are sensitive and receptive to what's going on, there are opportunities there. Sometimes they're hidden opportunities. Life is going to give you some hints. If you're open to that, it's not even an openness with the senses. You've got to just feel it with this inner sense. Then you're going to make some great strides, even at this late stage of 2020. Your health is important, and because that 6th ruler, which is the sun, is involved in the eclipse, your work and how that impacts on your vitality is important. I think for some of you born under Pisces, you've been overworking. You've not had enough discipline, especially if you've been working at home during this COVID period. You've not been able to find that demarcation line between what's personal life, what is your business life. And that for some of you, because Mercury, the relationship planet for you, is involved in this somewhat by its transit there as well, that could be having an adverse impact on your relationships. Separate the two. Business and pleasure should not mix, especially given the way this eclipse is playing out for you in your horoscope. Now, the other thing, which is really great news for you too, Jupiter, which is one of your ruling planets, has been debilitated in the 11th house all through 2020. What that means is that it's in its weakest sign, but on the 19th, straight after Saturn moving out of the same area, on the 17th, both these planets move to the 12th house of your horoscope. 12th house is one of the hidden houses. This causes you, I think, along with that eclipse, to go a lot deeper into yourself. Pisces is one of the deepest signs anyhow. It's got a natural affinity with all of the psychic and spiritual sciences, philosophy, religion, selfless and charitable work. And so, not only is your sun sign in Pisces, but these planets are going to activate the 12th house, the natural sign of Pisces. So that's going to trigger the altruistic energies in you throughout 2021. We're going to talk about this more in the new year when I come back to you, but I think the key lesson here for you is that you've got to be very, very mindful of balancing the assets and liabilities of your life, not just in terms of the finances, the assets and liabilities of your internal energy structure. Those assets that are non-tangible. We don't often think of time or love or effort as assets. They are actually your most powerful assets, along with your intellectual property. So I think what we're going to see here is necessitating a change in attitude in you, Pisces. You are the first to help. Your default is charity. You've got to be careful. As you well know, Pisces is the most charitable of the signs in a sense, but also the most likely to become the sacrificial victim. I've mentioned that to you before. So it's a razor's edge for you as these important transits take place at the fag end of 2020. You have to balance that. You have to work carefully with that eclipse in the 11th house. Who are the worthy people of these subtle, non-tangible assets that I'm talking about? I think that is going to be one of the key issues moving into 2021. I'm jumping the gun a little bit. We'll focus on that a lot more in January when you swing back around here to get the full detailed analysis of 2021. I'm going to talk a lot about this very thing that we've just been alluding to, and I am going to be writing up the 3,000 words for each of the 12 star signs at astrology.com.au. If you subscribe now, if you haven't already, you'll receive a newsletter from us weekly, which is the weekly forecast that I do for all of you. And that can work very, very nicely to help you understand this December horoscope and what's coming in 2021. Subscribe, get the newsletter, drop me a line if you want to. The best thing is to have that personal reading, because then we're going to drill right down into the specific issues that you have for your particular birth date and locality. That's really the true karmic astrology, and I do it in a Vedic system, which is really, really exciting, very fascinating, and it delves right into the karmic aspects of your horoscope. So please avail yourself of that. Before I say goodbye, I would definitely like to thank you all for your support throughout 2020. I'd like to think that this exchange we have here is a mutual support system. You've been good enough to come here, give me your energy, that intangible asset. I've been trying to give you my intangible asset, that intuitive response to your horoscope, so that hopefully that has been helping both of us. Thank you for that. I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you all again in 2021. Bye-bye for now.